we're going to go over our first two exponent rules. So our first exponent rule is our multiplying exponents, which is also known as our product rule. And here we're going to add our exponents that have similar bases. Remember that this is the base and that this is the exponent. But if you can't remember your rule, you need to expand everything else out. So this is telling me that I have x 5 times. So we're going to write down 5 x's. And then this is x to the third power, which means I have 3 x's being multiplied. So we're going to write 3 more. And this tells me I have 4 y's being multiplied. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we count up what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 x's. So we have x to the 8th power. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 y's. That's my final answer. You're basically condensing everything into one of each number or variable as far as the bases go. Because you could have a number or a variable here, and the principle is still the same. Alright, next we have 5. And the 5 is not being repeated 4 times. Only the p gets repeated 4 times here. So we have 4 p's. 1m, there's no exponent there, so we just have 1. Times 6, we have 2 m's. And we have a p. Now we multiply our big numbers, which is our coefficient. 5 times 6 is 30. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 p's, so that's p to the 5th power. And then we have 1, 2, 3 m's, so that's m to the 3rd power. Again, if you don't remember your rule for multiplying exponents as adding them, then you need to expand it like we did here. Rule number 2 is dividing your exponents. When you're dividing your exponents, you subtract the exponent. This is your quotient rule. Again, if you don't remember the rule, I want you to expand it. So this is x times itself 5 times. So we're going to write x 5 times. Remember, when we're writing letters next to each other, that means multiplication. M to the 3rd power is m multiplied by itself 3 times. Now let's expand the denominator. We have x to the 4th power, so that's 4 x's. And then we have 5 m's. And we're going to cross out pairs between the top and the bottom, because remember, anything divided by itself is 1. So we're going to cross out our pairs to see what we have left. On top we have an x, so we can either write x or x to the 1st. And I have 1, 2 m, so that's m squared left on the bottom. And our last example, we're just going to bring our 6 and our 8 over for right now. So we have 6, we have 1 n, and 2 m's because that says m squared. This is 3 n's because it says n to the 3rd power. And this is m to the 4th power, so that's 4 m's. Again, we're going to cross out things that are in common between the top and the bottom because anything divided by itself is 1. Even if it's n divided by n, because that is something divided by itself. So we're going to bring our 6 over. That's the only thing left in the top. And then in the bottom we have an 8. We have 2n, so that's n squared. And we have 2m, so that's m squared. But we need to make sure we don't need to simplify the 6 and the 8. And when I say simplify, you need to reduce it. What number can go into 6 and to 8? 2 can, so we divide by 2, divide by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and we bring our n squared, m squared over. And that is our final answer.